Morning, everybody. Welcome to Fortunate Creations, another episode of Coffee with Kim. Check this out. I just made it this morning. Let me know what you think. Does the yarn ball as the word or as the C in creative work? Let me know. Let me know what you think. So, good morning. I have what an exciting 24 hours it's been. So, most of you already know Juan the Yarn Addict. He had a live last night, and first of all, they're so much fun. I have such a great time hanging out, listening to him and watching him. He's a great guy. But he mentioned me a few times and others because he's just this wonderful human. But my subscribers went from 27 to 136. So I'm super excited. Like, welcome all of you. Hang out here. We do crafting, we do crocheting. I'll do a little bit on the knitting machine. So let me back up a little bit. I want to take this time to reintroduce myself to those of you that are just joining. So my crafting journey started when I was very young. I am the youngest of six children, and my siblings are a bit older than me. They go from 5 years older than me up to 12 years older than me. So I spent a lot of time occupying myself and being creative and making sure, I could not be bored, not just sit around the house. So that's when my creativity started. So I started a lot of nature, a lot of dried flowers, a lot of looking at rocks, seeing things differently, making stuff out of stuff in nature. So as I got older, you dabble in stuff like that. I love toys like Light Bright and Play-Doh and things where you can make stuff. Excuse me. So that's when I started being creative my whole life. I would make the posters for cheerleading, for the basketball games, all that stuff. So as I got older, life happens and you're kind of crafting on the side, but not really diving full into it because I was raising my daughter and, that's sort of a full-time job. So now let's see, fast forward about 30 years. And my daughter asked me, what do you want for Mother's Day? And I really do not like when she spends money on me. I just don't. I know, I just don't. So I told her what I really have always wanted to do is learn crochet. So that way I figured if she wanted to do something, it's a little kit, whatever, didn't take a lot of money. So she went and got me my first set of hooks, a skein of yarn, and a book on how to crochet. So I sat down and I started. It was May 2022. I'm going to put a picture up right here of my very first attempt. Um, Needless to say, it's gotten a little bit better, but I showed her the picture of my first attempt and she started laughing. She's like, well, if that's supposed to be a granny square, not quite square. But so I kept at it. I'd frog out my work and redo it. Back then, I didn't know it was called frogging. I just would pull it out. So I kept practicing and I submerged myself in the world of crochet. And I just kept practicing. And fast forward to 2023, I actually was brave enough to enter something in the Washington County Fair. Here's Washington County Fair. I figured I'd wear this T-shirt this morning because it was going to be in the story. So I entered something, and believe it or not, I won Best in Show. Blown away. So absolutely blown away. I'll put a picture up here of the blanket. It's simple. I went easy. I just wanted to not be, thrown in the pile with all the non-qualifiers. I just wanted a chance, for them to see my work. So I won the Best in Show, and I was just blown away. So since then, I've been making gifts for people. I've been making blankets, a lot of blankets. I've been making ponchos. I've decided I'm a poncho person, so I've made several ponchos. I've made gifts for my siblings, all sorts of stuff. And lately, I've just been dabbling into my knitting machine. I've got one of the off-brand ones. So I've been making hat and scarf sets. And if you're wondering what I'm doing off screen, my pup here, This is Fritzy. Hi, Fritzy. Say hi to everybody. He's my little man. So he's sitting right here. I'm petting him. So I just keep practicing and practicing and trying new things. I actually made a set of shark slippers, which I will also put a picture up here for you. Um, to give, one of my friends requested I make it for her to give to her brother-in-law for Christmas. So yeah, so crafting is just turned into a way to express myself and a way to show people, hey, I was thinking of you and I made this for you, and hear from my heart. And I find that homemade gifts really do mean a lot. Um, and it makes me feel great to hand them something and to see the look on their face that they like it. Right now, I am working on something I thought of. I've heard of weather blankets, but I hadn't, I mean, it's probably nothing I invented, but I am making a calendar blanket. So here it is. January's in the middle, February, March, April, and I am on May right now. So I made one before and I made it to August, but I was using different kinds of yarns and different stitches. So the blanket got all wonky. I couldn't keep it square. Even though I had the same number of stitches, all the yarns were different, all the stitches were different, all the tension was different. So that's just a blanket that Fritzy and I lay on the couch with. So I'm trying it again with a granny square blanket. So each block is a different month. So that should come out good. Um, that is my current project, but you can see up there on the refrigerator behind me a list. And that is a list of projects that I want to do. So I have a grandson coming in March, and I want to make things for him. I'm currently making, you know how the kids now, I call them the kids nowadays, they do the pictures every month, 1 month, 2 month, 3 months. Well, I'm making a set of that for my daughter, and I just thought I'm going to do some amigurumi, and I'm going to do a stuffed animal for each month. So there's another. I'm going to be a little busy because on top of that, I'm also challenging myself to make as many of Bag O'Day Crystal, as many of her stitches as possible. So I'm making little swatches of them. Um, and I'm going to make some sort of collaborative work using them. I actually had a thought for a jigsaw puzzle blanket because they're all different sizes and shapes, swatches. So I'm going to either buy a corkboard and put them all up there like a display, or I'm going to stitch them all together and make a jigsaw puzzle blanket. We shall see. Stay tuned for that one. But with the holidays coming and everything, I'm focusing now on gifts because right after the holidays is the baby shower, so I got to make sure I have all of that stuff done. Um, yeah, so I love creating things, taking stuff that's old and making it new or making it something else. Um, so that's a bit about me. Family's important, crafting's important, being creative's important. um, I also love birding. I also love gardening. So I will touch on that a little bit on this channel. Um, I love to make bird ornaments, bird food ornaments. Super easy, and the birds love them. I'm watching them right now. I made a batch of the ornaments the other day and they're hanging off them. Actually, a squirrel has one down there. But so being creative and crafty is in here. I can't help it. I'll look at something and say, what can I do with that? Here's a good example. I found this book, and I did go over it in a different video, but some of you are new. So I found this in this book, not this page, over here. So that's Queen Anne's lace flowers, and they're dried and they're made into snowflakes. So when I walked Fritzy the other day, I got some Queen Anne's lace flowers. I'm so trying that. So I have some cardstock paper in my craft room, which I will show you, but right now it's a mess. With more yarn coming. Thanks, Juan, the yarn addict, for enabling me. It's not your fault. I walked into Michael's. I knew better. Buy one, get one half off, and that's all she wrote. So I have more yarn coming. My yarn wall is obviously a work in progress. It's it's growing. It's ever growing. Um, any tips on how you guys organize your yarn stash would be wonderful. I'm trying it by color, but then some of the colors get like, where do you put gold? Does gold go with brown or does gold go with orange? Or does it go with yellow? And then I tried the whole, the Roy G. Biv, the rainbow. But again, there's those grays and aqua and turquoise and I don't know. So sorry, I'm holding this up because I'm very proud of this. I just made it this morning. Um, Let me know your thoughts on this. I think it's really neat. So that might be my thing. Yeah, I like it. Um, so that's another thing. Organizing my craft room. I might someday, because right now I just have a hodgepodge of shelves and bookcases and boxes and stuff like that. Someday I might just pull it all out and do one of those organizers where it all comes together, like almost like a closet insert, because the room's not huge. So if I do it like the size of a walk-in closet and just organize it perfectly, get the good lighting, get this and that, maybe I'll be able to have a functioning craft room. So that'll be a thing. I'm really, I didn't say it enough in the beginning. I am really humbled and excited with how many new subscribers I have. I'm so excited that you guys are here and that this new adventure of mine seems to be taking off. I'm really excited. Thank you to Juan, the yarn addict. There's also crocheting with Alana. Alana also has read a couple of my emails that I sent her, and she has said that she'd mentioned me in a couple of hers. I will put a link to her channel as well in my description. And of course, Crystal at Bag O' Day. She is the goat. So I don't know. I know that says greatest of all time, but calling somebody a goat just seems weird to me. So I'm just going to say she is the best. She is the absolute best. I'm sorry. An eagle just went by, so I didn't mean to. I'm like one of those puppies. Ooh, something shiny. But I live right on the Hudson River in upstate New York. So I have lots of, actually, the river's really high this morning with all that rain yesterday. The river has decided to take some of our yard back. So but it's also great because once the water recedes, the river leaves so many cool crafty items like driftwood and stuff like that. And then Fritzy and I go out. We collect things like there's shells and there's rocks and there's driftwood and there's feathers. So we go out and we collect things and, then I bring them back in and I make stuff with it. So crafting is, it's an outlet. I'm always, even at my other job, when I'm doing my work and I'm plugging along, I'll see something and be like, ooh, wait a minute, I'll save that. What can I do with that? So um, it's it's a great way for an outlet. I try other things. I also, my father taught me to play the organ. So I have a keyboard you will probably never hear me play, but I love to, especially this time of year, I pull that out and I'll play some Christmas songs and stuff like that. And maybe the Beer Barrel Polka or Doe a Deer. Those are songs my dad taught me. Um, so I play, that's another outlet. I like to paint. I'm not really good at it, but I do like to paint. And as you can see back there on my wall, I also like to take pictures. So I don't have a super expensive camera. I just have a Canon Super Shot or Power Shot. Um, it does the job and it's really fun and I have a good time doing it. So a lot of times, especially on the river, like yesterday, I took it with my phone, but I'll try to put it up here. The river just disappeared. So it was a really warm day and the fog came in and you couldn't see anything except for just the tippy top of the trees. Really neat. So I took a couple shots of that. I have sunsets and sunrises and, eagles land on my yard and the birds I see. It's great. It's a great place to live when you want to be creative. And right on the other side of the house is a little patch of woods. So I can go in there, I can find, some cool downed trees, some not driftwood, but some other different kinds of wood. Find some cool mushrooms, those mushrooms that grow on the side of the tree. I actually entered one of those in the fair last year, and I won I think it was a white ribbon, maybe red. So fun things, always being creative, always looking to see what I can make. And now, looking to see what I can make and show you guys. So I'm going to it's 8 o'clock. So I have to get to work. Yeah, so thanks again for stopping by. This is Fortunate Creations, where we create everything. It could be, who knows? Who knows what I'm going to come up with? But I'm going to try crafting. I'm going to try as many different kinds of crafts as I can, and I'm going to share them with you. So if you like this type of video, you want to hang out, give me a like down below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your crafting friends. We're going to have a blast. Check out my other videos. I've got, I don't know, only about 18, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there, trying to put up new content. So yeah, let's be creative together. Have a great day.